Knock softly here. And did you know that Japan has indigenous people whose language has no known relatives on Earth? Linguists have studied it for centuries and still can't explain exactly where it came from. The Ainu. Long before modern Japan existed, before the samurai, before the emperors ruled from Kyoto, another people lived across the northern islands. They were known as the Ainu people, and for centuries they were treated as if they never really existed. The Ainu traditionally lived across Hokkaido, Sakam, and the Kuril Islands. Early descriptions from explorers and missionaries described them as physical and culturally distinct from the dominant Yamato Japanese population. They wore heavy beards, had lighter skin, and practiced spiritual traditions centered around nature, animals, and ancestral spirits. But what truly made them unusual was their language. The Ainu language is considered one of the most mysterious languages in the world. It has no confirmed relationship to any other language family. Linguists have searched for centuries for connections to Siberian languages, to Polynesian dialects, even to ancient Eurasian tongues. None have been proven, which leaves a strange possibility. The Ainu language may be the last surviving trace of extremely ancient culture that once existed across northern Asia. By the 1600s, the expanding Japanese state began pushing northward into Ainu territory. Trade quickly turned into domination, land was taken, cultural practices were outlawed, and the children were forced into Japanese schools where speaking Ainu was forbidden. Over time, the people themselves nearly disappeared. By the early 20th century, many historians believed the Ainu culture was on the brink of extinction. But the story didn't end there. In 1997, Japan passed its first law recognizing the Ainu, distinct indigenous culture. Then, in 2019, the government officially recognized them as indigenous people of Japan. Yet many mysteries remain. Where did the Ainu originally come from? Some anthropologists believe their ancestors may have lived in Japan thousands of years before the arrival of the modern Japanese populations, possibly connected to the ancient Jōmon culture, a prehistoric civilization known for some of the oldest pottery ever discovered. If that theory is true, the Ainu may represent a living link to one of the oldest surviving cultures on Earth. A people who endured centuries of erasure, a language that refused to disappear, and a history that still hasn't fully been told. Knock softly.